Welcome to Around Town Video Magazine.
Be a good giver. Be a good servant. And you'll be happy. You'll be closer to God. The guy with all the money, he gets up in the morning, the stock market goes up, his chest starts pounding, the stock market goes down, it pounds harder, and he dies and he's 50.
Greetings, this is Lady Simone from AroundTownTV.com and Around Town Magazine. And I am so lucky and so blessed to have with me an extremely esteemed author and rap mogul, they call him, Russell Simmons. How are you, Russell?
Very good, thank you.
Thank you so much for granting us the interview.
That's
I
my
had
pleasure.
no idea that you were so humble and, you know, just like a regular guy. You have such great energy.
That's sweet of you to say. Well, I hope so. Thank you.
And so the book, Super Rich, I've been reading it and it's nothing like what I expected it to be. I thought it was gonna, you know, just tell me how to make money, you know, point blank. But instead it's really giving me a different energy, very calming.
I mean, money is a fringe benefit. It's a prosperity book to the extent that those people who draw from the inside inspiration are greater givers, and good givers are great getters. So from that perspective, people are more productive and more sticky, right? You like that person who comes, who's happy, who's a great giver, who's a contributor in an honest way. You know, that person always is attractive, and you always want that person on your team. And so this effort, you know, to wake up in the morning and decide on what you want to give as opposed to what you're going to get is the basis of all the prosperity books. Although the prosperity books talk a lot about trading, and here this book is about giving, because you know, it's a much easier route. It may be harder to give without expectation, right, but certainly it is a much more productive route. Mm-hmm. And people like, you know, that stickiness. You know, that's what great executives are made of. That's what great entrepreneurs are made of. This idea that they want to serve, you know. Mm-hmm. So the same servant who's an intern is the servant that they call the president. You know, it's not a different. They study their craft. They focus on their work. They don't focus on results. Results come. They don't focus on the benefits. The benefits of the fruit of their action comes. Okay. It's a natural thing, and as you give, you get. So it's a different, a slightly different prosperity book, because it doesn't play to the lower notes. I'm not knocking The Secret or these books, but they're all like praying for things, and they all suggest that maybe the things will be part of your happiness. Right. And happy doesn't make you. I mean, happy makes you money, but money doesn't make you happy. Right. So that's an important point, and I want people to kind of operate from a happy space. Right.
I just have one question. How do you not chase money? You know, especially with the recession and everything.
Well, it's the idea of just chasing the work. The work. Like, you know, you have to learn. No one is starving. Right. People suffer from a poverty mindset. Those who want to cling and hold on to, and are fearful. So the idea is we want people to be a little bit less fearful. And we don't expect it to change overnight. We expect people to start on a path that relieves them of the anxiety. Yes. You know, we have all these taxes to pay. We have this to pay. Yeah. There's nothing you can do about them but work in the present moment, be awake, and do good and give. There's nothing you're waiting for the day that you're not going to be all right, when you always will only be all right. Right. When you already have everything you need. Right. Crying that you don't have neediness causes suffering. You want to be free of neediness. Mm-hmm. In fact, the super rich, the meaning is a state of needing nothing. Those people are attractive. Like the Indian goddess Lakshmi, who just gives. She never looks down. Right. But at her feet is piled with riches. Right. Because there's no use to her except to give. So she's born into a cycle of giving. And getting is just part of that same cycle. Okay, and before we go, we'd just like to share with our viewers a brief meditation. If you can show us how we can do it, maybe a 1 minute. Well, the idea of meditation is to letting your thoughts settle. Okay, so that means I'm too keyed up. No, you sit, and if you would repeat a mantra, and I can make up any mantra? No, maybe I'll give you a mantra. I have a mass mantra in my book, Rum. Okay. Say Rum. Rum? Rum, like alcohol. Rum. Say it fast. Rum. Faster. Rum. Rum, 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 rum. Rum, 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 rum. Say it slow. Rum. 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 All right, now. I like it. You like it? Okay, it's a vibration. It has no meaning. Yeah, it's nice. And if you close your eyes and sit and just repeat that rum. Rum. silently to yourself.
I feel it.
You can't feel it.
I do.
In 5 or 7, your mind is like a monkey. The minute you start your meditation,
something.
your mind's going to go crazy.
No, but I meditate.
But your mind's going to go crazy in the beginning. And then it's going to settle and surprise you. And then you'll say, oh, I'm meditating. And your mind will go crazy again. And you'll transcend the thoughts even more and more. But the main thing, there's only one thing that every meditator needs, is patience. And when they have patience, then they can be a meditator. So if you sit for 20 minutes and you repeat that mantra, in 5 or 7 minutes, you'll find a stillness that's profound. And it'll allow you freedom to make choices that are different from what you might make when the noise is consuming you.
Oh, nice. That's
All
just
right.
what I need.
All right, well, thank you.
Check out the book, Super Rich by Russell Simmons.
Practice right before enlightenment or Christ consciousness is meditation. It's to look inside, to allow your mind to settle, so that what's etched inside you, all the scripture that's etched inside you, it must be, because why would every prophet come from different parts of the world and at different times and in different languages teach us the same thing? Because these things are etched inside us. And that piece of God inside you is sometimes covered up. And we want to be able to reach inside for that strength and connectivity. Because when we're in touch with God, then we're in touch with everyone else. The consciousness that is God. If God were the ocean, you'd be a cup. God wouldn't be separate. You'd be connected. So that's why I took that 7th chapter or 7th step, which is right before enlightenment. I wanted to talk about it.
Greetings, I'm Lady Simone from Around Town TV and Around Town Magazine, and I'm so lucky today to be here with not just Russell Simmons, but Keisha Sutton, and I've always wanted to meet you first of all.
You're so kind, so kind. No, it's my blessing to be here today. I'm thrilled.
Definitely. I have this burning question. What is the most pressing legacy that was passed down from Percy Sutton to you that you would
It's hard to narrow it down. I have to say, it's so really hard. Really, there's so many. I think the thing that was probably most uniquely mine is how I learned to love from him. The demonstration of love that he had for me and my grandmother and so many of our family members. Many people have been the beneficiary of his career advice and political advice and just, kind of getting through life, writing personal handwritten notes, those kinds of tidbits that I learned from him. But it was really how he expressed love for his family, his community. That was what I think has stayed with me more than anything.
Definitely. And your job, your career in radio, does that help you to, reach some type of, what audience does it help you to reach and, to help build change?
So I'm really behind the scenes. I'm generally not in front of a camera. Although
thank you.
I enjoy it. No, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Aside from speaking, in my role, first of all, just as pretty much the family representative, I have become the person who represents the family now. So in my role in that capacity, frankly, more so than being on the mic somewhere, I do a lot of speaking with children, and that's my way of impacting, engaging and impacting young people.
Wow, it sounds extraordinary. I'm trying to imagine if I was the granddaughter of, someone that famous, that instrumental in American legacy, how I would feel, and I think I would just be so tall. But you seem so humble.
For anyone who knows, the history of the Apollo, when he bought the Apollo, we bought the Apollo. We were all in there, as I was saying earlier, scrubbing, the floors, pulling. I literally was pulling, the gum off the bottom of the seats. He was in there scrubbing bathrooms. He was a proud man, proud of who he was and his impact on his communities. But there was no work that was below him, beneath him.
But what did you think about the book, Super Rich?
Oh, of course, that's what we're here to talk about. It was fantastic. This book spoke to me in so many ways. I loved it. I'll just say that's the quick answer is I loved it. But I'll give one example. He talks about how we are born innately happy and having this connectedness to our source, but that because of the clutter in our lives, we lose that connection and we lose that our clarity, because like me, I'm a busy working mom, I'm busy doing this and doing that and whatever. You lose that connectedness, and you need to have that stillness in one's life to get it back. And this was a great reminder for me of, oh, I'm sorry, I'm touching my mic. That was a great reminder for me of how and where to find that connectedness. So there's many things that I loved about the book. This was just one, and I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to read it and now to have this opportunity to sit down with him.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for the interview.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We watch Around Town TV.
Playing Guitar Hero, I'm sitting at home watching Around Town TV, having fun. You should do it too. You have a joy.
What's up with this?
I got so many stupid dances I can do to this song. Do the